You were sprawled on the couch like a sleepy cat, phone in hand, hair a complete mess. From the kitchen came a faint smell of burning. That was your cue. Jungkook, whatever you are killing in there, please stop. I value my lungs. Relax, princess, came his lazy drawl. I know your delicate palate can't handle my gourmet cooking. You peeked over your phone just in time to see him standing at the counter in nothing but grey sweatpants, hair damp and floppy from a shower, abs on full display, tattoos peeking out over his hip bones. He was poking a piece of bread that looked more charcoal than toast. You groaned, don't call me princess, and if your ego grows any bigger, I'm moving out. Damn right, it will. He shot back easily, but there was a twinkle in his eyes. He slid the ruined toast across the counter toward you with a cocky grin. Your stomach betrayed you while growling. With a sigh, you broke off a piece and cheered dramatically. Disgusting. You owe me actual food later. Deal, as long as you don't cook it. Later that morning, you were cross-legged on the living room floor, controllers in hand. The TV played as your Mario Kart characters zoomed across a rainbow track. Moves on, you're blocking the finish line, you shrieked. Not my problem. You drive like a grandma, he barked back. At the last second, you launched a red cell. Jungkook's cart spun into oblivion just before the line. Yay! You jumped a victory pose, locked and loaded. Jungkook made a strangled sound, dropped his controller, and lunged. In seconds, you were pinned to the carpet, his knees bracketing your hips, his hands spinning your wrists above your head. Say you are sorry, he growled, eyes glittering. Never. For a breathless second, his face hovered dangerously close, his warm breath coasting across your cheek. Your heart somersaulted. Then he flicked your forehead and let you go. Loser buys dinner. You sweated at him, worst roommate ever. He just winked, muscles flexing as he stood and offered you a hand. You took it with a scowl, your pulse still trying to calm. It never stopped, the teasing, the near moments. One Wednesday evening, you stormed into the bathroom doorway. Jungkook stood there, towel drying his hair, droplets sliding down his neck, over dark swirling tattoos. Is that my rose oil shampoo? He gave you an unrepentant smirk. Now we match. Couple aesthetic, right? You spluttered. We are not couple, idiot. And that bottle was $15. Worth every cent. You slammed the door dramatically on your way out, but 20 minutes later, there was a steaming mug of chamomile tea on the coffee table. No note. Jungkook was sprawled there, eyes glued to the TV, but the tip of his ears were pink. You curled up next to him, hiding a smile. Thanks, I guess. Can't have you grumpy. I live here too, you know. Just after some time, here you both are standing in the kitchen trying to make pizza. He insisted on teaching you how to toss the dough. The result? It plopped straight on your shoulder. Jungkook doubled over. Wow, nailed it. Shut up, your dumb face distracted me. My face is distracting. Hell yeah, it is. You groaned. You are unbearable. He swiped a smudge of sauce from your cheek, thumb lingering, your breath hot. Neither of you moved for a heartbeat too long. Then he cleared his throat and turned back to his pizza, leaving both of you with burning faces and pounding hearts. You both drifted out of the kitchen, you still mildly flustered, and Jungkook trailing behind with that insufferable little smirk. tugging at his lips. The easy buzz of weekend calm settled back in as you collapsed on the couch, phone in hand, pretending to scroll just to avoid looking at him. He busied himself rummaging through the kitchen cabinets again, muttering something about cereal. Then he turned around, holding a box in triumph, and that's when your eyes caught it, the glint of silver at his bottom lip. That stupid lip piercing, your personal kryptonite. You tried to look away, but heat crept up your neck. What's up with you? He asked. Nothing, you said, avoiding his gaze. Bet you were checking me out? Yeah, right. Dream on. He bit into a protein bar, the piercing catching the light. Your stomach did a flip you hoped he didn't see. The next day on campus was even worse. He showed up in a black hoodie layered over broad shoulders, ripped jeans, that chain hanging loose, and that piercing. A group of girls near the fountain openly giggled. One even nudged her friend. You crossed your arms. Jungkook leaned down. What's wrong? Could you maybe not exist so loudly? He burst out laughing. You jealous, Ryan? Of those girls? Please, they should get hobbies that don't involve drooling over you. They are all science majors now, studying my anatomy, he said, smirking. Gross, you sobbed him. He just laughed, eyes crinkling. But as you walked ahead, his fingers touched his lip piercing, like he was hoping you had looked back. Later nights blurred into tangled blankets on the couch, your head on his thigh as you scrolled TikTok, his hand absently tracing circles on your back. It was getting harder to breathe. You caught yourself staring at the dent above his brow when he's concentrated, the way he chewed at that lip ring when nervous. Your Bob. Ah, stop, Brian. What are you thinking? He is your friend, just friend. It's 11:40. Door clicked. You entered inside, came home late. Jungkook stood at the counter, phone in hand, jaw tight. Where were you? He asked, expression blank. Coffee? With people from class? That guy from late elective? So what? He tossed his phone, running a hand through his hair. Don't start, Jungkook. Not starting anything, he muttered, eyes hard. Then don't be weird about it. Not being weird. But he didn't look at you the rest of the night. You're off. What's with him? You asked yourself. It only got tenser. Saturday night, you were digging for ice cream when he came in, tank top exposing ink and muscle. His eyes dropped to your lips. You have got a staring problem? He asked as you were already staring at him. I don't. Say it, you are obsessed with my lip piercing, he said, smacking. Shut up. Say it already. Keep dreaming. He crowded you against the fridge. Say it or I will assume you dream about it. Maybe I do. His breath stuttered. He stepped back, laughed. A sharp, hollow sound. Careful, Brian. Might make me think you actually want me. You are crazy, John. You said, pushed past him, heart racing, hands shaking. 2 days later, everything snapped. You were in the hallway, laughing at something a guy had said, his presence casual, but the way your smile lingered was not lost on Jungkook. From across the corridor, he saw you, his jaw clenched, and a wave of jealousy surged through him before he could stop it. That night, you returned home after a long study session, still smiling at something on your phone. Jungkook sat on the couch, elbows on his knees, head buried in his hands. When you finally looked up, his face was a mess of emotions, eyes dim, lips pressed together. He looked wrecked. Rough day? Not really, just thinking, he said casually. You sat on the arm of the chair, dangerous hobby for you. He laughed once, then, I don't want to do this anymore. Your stomach dropped. You what? this pretending, watching you with other guys, acting like it doesn't kill me. Jungkook, I didn't want to say it first, didn't want to react this, but every time you laugh with someone else, it's like someone is ripping me open. Your mouth worked, but no words came out. So yeah, I like you, way more than I should, and now I have probably screwed everything up. You just stared. It felt like your heart was being squeezed painfully tight. Then, with no idea what else to say, you stood and went to your room. Behind the door, your breaths came in sharp bursts. He likes me. Jungkook actually likes me. You replayed every moment, the lingering stares, the little touches, his ears turning pink when you teased him. You pressed a hand over your heart, dizzy. Outside, Jungkook sat frozen, then dragged his hands through his hair, muttering, "Nice job, genius." Scared her off, perfect. He almost opened your door, then forced himself back. No, give her space. If she wants me, she will come. It was nearly midnight when your door finally cracked open. He was still on the couch, shoulders slumped, looking utterly defeated. When he heard you, his head sucked up. Ian. You crossed the room in 3 quick strides, dropped into his lap, and buried your face against his neck. His arms flew around you so tight it almost hurt. Took you so long enough to say it, you whispered. A choked laugh left his chest, his breath warm against your hair, then his mouth found yours, desperate, deep, tasting of every ache and want you had both been swallowing for years. When you finally pulled back, he pressed his forehead to yours. So, we are actually doing this. Yeah, you breathed, brushing his lip ring with your thumb. But next time, don't make me wait so long. He exhaled shakily. Deal. But I still can't believe this is real. You looked at him and cupped his cheeks. It is. You just didn't know how much I needed to hear you say it. He smacked, eyes flicking to your lips again. Well, now that I know, I might have to keep saying it, just to watch you melt every time. His voice dipped, teasing but tender, as he pulled you impossibly closer. And he did, each kiss unspooling all the words you were both too scared to say, until silence was not heavy anymore. It was home.